Pete Hegseth is now the United States Secretary of Defense, but not without controversy. A razor-thin Senate vote and serious allegations surrounded his confirmation. What does this mean for United States defense policy? We explain. Pete Hegseth, a former Fox News host and Army National Guardsman, has been confirmed as the United States Secretary of Defense. The Senate vote was 51-50. Vice President JD Vance cast the tie-breaking vote. Hegseth's nomination was one of the most contentious in recent history. Allegations of sexual assault, alcohol abuse, and aggressive behavior overshadowed the process. The scrutiny began with a 2017 sexual assault allegation that resurfaced during his nomination. Additional reports highlighted excessive drinking and misconduct at non-profit organizations he previously worked with. Hegseth also faced backlash for opposing women in combat roles. The allegations prompted bipartisan opposition. Republicans Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Mitch McConnell joined Democrats in voting against him. Critics raised concerns about his character, lack of experience, and suitability for the role.
There are hundreds of them without the personal baggage of sexual assault claims that have been settled, of allegations of spousal abuse that have been testified to, of allegations of drunkenness on the job and fiscal mismanagement that are the subject of a very extensive report written by non-anonymous co-workers. And so as we near the vote for this most important position, my plea to my colleagues, as one who has supported every Secretary of Defense who's ever come before my committee, Democrat or Republican, is don't rush this and make a mistake.
Mr. President, Mr. Hegseth has not shown the judgment to be Secretary of Defense. Mr. Hegseth has not shown the character to be Secretary of Defense. For this job is a heavy responsibility, and he is not the right person for the job. His record speaks for itself. Financial mismanagement in the organizations he led, organizations much, much smaller than the Pentagon, with budgets that were a fraction of the size and nevertheless squandered and mismanaged. He has at times demonstrated a callous disregard for human rights and the laws of armed conflict, going so far as to recommend that the President disregard the Geneva Conventions and intervene in cases of service members convicted of war crimes.
Despite the controversies, Hegseth secured the position with Vice President JD Vance breaking the tie. His confirmation marks a significant win for President Trump's administration.
Pete Hegseth is ready to put forward the program of President Donald Trump. And he has satisfied me that he will be a change agent in the Department of Defense, and that he's the person we need. He's the president's choice, and we owe it to this commander-in-chief to put him in this position unless he's not qualified for the office.
Mr. Hegseth acknowledged this weakness within the Department of Defense and assured me that he will get the department on a proper financial footing. He also committed to ensuring protections of whistleblowers who speak out against instances of fraud, waste, and abuse that have been unrestrained within the department.
So what's next? Hegseth is expected to bring a controversial agenda to the Department of Defense. His priorities include bolstering a warrior culture in the military and securing the US-Mexico border. As he prepares to take office, all eyes are now on how he will navigate the challenges ahead. The United States and the world are watching closely.